start with like a Shabbat Shalom.
Great. That's what makes it very interesting.
I like this deal up here. Yeah.
And I'm happy to hide mine.
Oh, Nicole, there it is.
What?
Your brother.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to wait.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. We feel a little far away from you, but we'll make it feel close. Good Shabbos, good Shabbos. Lay, 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 lay. Lay, 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 lay. 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, lay, 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 lay. 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat. Leah, you want to play a little? Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, hey, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbos, good Shabbos.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to the Ted and Hedy Orden and Family Friday Night Live. Welcome back. Raise a hand if it's your first time. Woo, welcome. How about if it's your first time in a long time? Welcome back. Shabbat Shalom. So the thing I just wanted to mention at the start tonight is that we're at this point of the year where the Chagim, the holidays, are behind us, and we just celebrated Rosh Chodesh, which is the beginning of a new month. And it's interesting because when you think of a new month, in my mind, you would think of the moon shining bright in the sky. It's the beginning of rebirth and renewal. But actually, the Jewish month, when it begins, it's dark in the sky. You barely see the light of the moon. And at the same time, we pray for all of those things I mentioned: rebirth, renewal, good health, abundance, the beginning of new things, new relationships, new starts in life. And what I think that teaches us is that even at a point of darkness, it's at that very moment, even when we might feel at our lowest point, where light is abundantly possible. And so I hope that you'll pray with me tonight to bring that light into the room, even when it might feel so dark outside. And whatever's going on in your personal lives or our collective lives, within the darkness, it's our responsibility to share the light. So I hope that you'll bring your personal light with us so that we can join those sparks together and have truly a Shabbat Shalom, a Shabbat of peace and completion. And we are found on page 20-something. 27.
We're going to start at the top of page 27.
Lechadodi.
Do a couple of lines.
No,
It's
Lechuna
Lechuna
Ranera.
Ranera, and then we're going to jump over to page 39 and rock out a little bit. So, I love that. That's so beautiful. Let's go towards the light. Lechuna Ranera. Lechuna Ranera. Nariya letzuyishenu nekadma fana betoda bizmiot Page 39. Here we go. You know, the rabbi who wrote this melody actually said with a straight face that it was written, the melody, not the words, the melody was written by King David. So I'll take him at his word. Here we go. Havol Adonai b'ne'elim, Havol Adonai kavod va'od, Havol Adonai kevod shemo, shtachavu l'Adonai be'averat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavodim. Little drums, Kyle.
Anybody speak more than one language here? Sometimes, I heard. Yeah, we try to fake it until we make it. Beautiful. What languages? And Swedish, German, what else? Shout it out. Hebrew. Haven't heard in English yet. What did you say? Oh, sign language. I thought you said silence, actually. Beautiful. What else? No, you know what? I actually want to tell you a story about silence, which happened last week. It was down in our kindergarten yard, and we had our religious school, kindergarten through fourth grade, and I said, for only 5 seconds, kindergarten through fourth grade, I said, I want you to just pray silently. And we stood there for 5 seconds, and I said, what did you hear? And they said, each other. Yes, but they heard each other because they couldn't be quiet. Us, when we stay for 5 seconds, we can actually hear maybe what's inside of each other. And I say that because this week in the portion of Noah, which we'll hear a little bit about later, we know about Noah and the ark, but at the end of the portion, we read about the Tower of Babel. The Tower of Babel, we know that they tried to build this tower way up to God, and before that, everybody spoke only one language. But then, when God told the people, no, you just building up to God, it doesn't work like that. And what was the consequence? That everybody would be speaking different languages around the world. But what's so beautiful about Shabbat, and specifically about this service, and specifically about this prayer of Lecha Dodi, is that no matter where you go in the world, no matter what language you speak, your first, second, or third language, it's the language of Shabbat that allows us to hear each other. We turn to page 42. Page 42, Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Lekabela. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו מילה מיוחד, אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת, ולתהילה. אדוני, לקראת קלה, Shabbat לכו ונלכה, כי היא בכל הברכה, מראש מקדם מסוכה, סוף מעשה במחרת תחילה. לך אדוני, לקראת קלה,
Rise, we face the door to greet the Shabbat bride, and we jump to the last verse.
Oi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam v'simcha, u'v'tzola, toch emunei, am segula, oi kala, lecha Dodi,
We remain standing for Baruch Hu. We're found on page 59.
Pleasure to be with you, David. Shabbat Shalom.
Crazy high holidays, huh?
All the holidays.
How are you doing? Have you recovered? You're
Thank
still
God,
here?
recovered, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Adonai Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. ברוך תהיה, שכוח תהיו.
To hang out, sing with us.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Or to sit.
Oh, microphone shuffling.
So this Mi Kamocha was written actually, part of what I do for my day job. Some of us do have day jobs, even though we're musicians. And I write music for some TV shows and some movies. And this song was written for a movie that actually ended up being shot right here in this synagogue. I don't think it's a very well-known movie, but it had a cool cast. Billy Crystal was the rabbi, which was kind of cool. So what is it called again, Leah? You remember? Untogether. If anyone ever wants to check it out, it's called Untogether. Thank you, Leah. And you know what? Maybe I'll quickly introduce just all the beautiful people that are here with me on stage. That's Kyle on drums and Leah on violin. This is Brock on the bass. And this is Aviva singing with us. We're so glad to have you. I didn't even know Aviva was going to be here. And we feel so grateful to be here with everybody. So this one actually takes your participation. So let's see if we could do that. All right. This is called a call and answer. I'm going to sing something and then see if you could sing it back at me. Mi kamocha,
Mi kamocha,
mi kamocha,
mi kamocha,
ba'elim, ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha,
mi kamocha,
mi kamocha,
mi kamocha,
ba'elim, ba'elim Adonai. All right, Leah. Try it in English. Who is like you?
who is like you?
No one's like you.
No one's like you.
Ba'elim, ba'elim Adonai. I said, who is like you?
Who is like you?
There's no one like you.
No one like you.
Ba'elim, ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha,
Mi kamocha,
mi kamocha,
mi kamocha,
ba'elim, ba'elim Adonai. Ba'elim, ba'elim Adonai. Ba'elim, ba'elim Adonai. Thanks for clapping and singing.
I love it.
It's
Wow.
Shabbos.
So you're probably not noticing, but I'm taking my glasses on and off because I forgot to put contacts in, so I can't really see you right now. So hopefully, thank you. You're here, and hopefully you'll smile at what I have to say. But if you don't, it's okay too, because I can't tell. So I wanted to share a story. A few days ago, I had some terrible customer service. I actually shared this story earlier on Facebook today, but it reminded me of a different context. So I went to an appointment that I had made a few days earlier. I arrived at the appointment. I went to the front desk, and I was told by the receptionist, if you will, your appointment has changed. You'll have to come back in an hour. So I thought, okay, that happens, and I can figure this out. I rearranged my schedule for the hour. I basically sat in the car, then came back. The person at the front desk said, no, you'll have to come back in a few hours. And at this point, I grew angry. And I said, I don't understand. I already made the appointment. You told me to come back. I came back. I'm here. Now you're telling me to come back again. Don't you know that I work? And the person responded to me, listen, I'm just one person. And I wanted to respond back, well, I'm just one person. And here I am. And I was thinking to myself today, that idea of being just one person, that the person behind the counter was saying, I'm just one person, but for me, their actions, although it was probably not their actions, but representing other issues, it was ruining my day. One person was ruining my day, and my response in really growing angry, I was probably one person ruining their day. And I think what we forget often is how one person, ourselves, how much power we hold to either uplift someone's day or completely crush it. And that might be one day, but as we all know, that one conversation from a friend, a family member, a boss, a colleague, that one conversation for me, a receptionist, that can last a week. It can go into a Shabbat sermon. It continues more than we realize. And the reason why I wanted to bring it up tonight is because I couldn't help but think a little bit about Noah's Ark. Now that might sound strange to you, but we're actually reading about Noah's Ark this Shabbat. And what some people may not realize is that, the ark wasn't built overnight. What we're told is that the ark actually took 120 years to be constructed. And the reason is because God was hoping that people would go up to Noah and say, "Hey, Noah, you're one guy. Why are you building this ark? Why are you wasting your time day after day, month after month, year after year to build this monstrosity? And by the way, who knows if this flood will ever happen, this flood that you keep talking about? You're one guy." And God was hoping that in response, Noah would say, "I'm one guy, but you can join me. You're also one person. Come join me, change your ways, and make a difference." But sadly, who gets on the ark? Just Noah, one guy, and his family. It reminds me of the story, maybe you've heard it before, about another boat. And the story goes as follows. There's a bunch of people going on a boat ride. And they're all enjoying their time. It's beautiful weather, beautiful time at sea, when suddenly the passengers hear a buzzing sound. And they're all wondering, where is this buzzing sound coming from? And they realize it's coming from the back of the boat. So a few passengers get up, and in the meantime, as they're getting up, they realize there's a puddle of water down by their feet. And they're still hearing the buzzing. It's getting louder, and the puddle by their feet is growing. They walk towards the back of the boat, and they notice a passenger underneath their seat with a drill in their hand, drilling a hole under the seat. And the passengers grow frightened and panicked and say, "What are you doing? Stop drilling. Stop what you're doing." And the passenger says, "Don't worry, I bought a ticket. It's my seat. It's only one. I'm just drilling a hole under my seat. It's of no concern of yours. I'm only one person." And so tonight, my prayer for all of us is to realize that we are not just one person. We are all on this boat together. If you will, we're all on this ark together. The words you use, even in response to another person, smiling at someone. You saw how many hands were raised at "This is my first time at Friday Night Live." Smiling at someone who is new, or saying hello to them or welcome. "It's really nice to see you. It's my first time here too." Those words, one person, that could carry on for weeks and months and years. Just one act can make all the difference in the world. So let's stop drilling under our seats and instead realize the impact of being one. Shabbat Shalom. Hashkivenu, our prayer for peace, where we care about each other one by one by one by one, praying we go down to sleep at night in peace, but we awaken, ready to act. Page 73.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. ושמו Shalom. 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 Chatzi Kaddish on, where is it? What page?
78. Rabbi Sherman always knows all the pages. Always. It's amazing. That's it. Please rise. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba ve'almadi ve'rachirutei ve'amlich malchutei ve'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael Bagala Ubizman kari ve'imeru Amen Yehesh mei Rabba mevarach Le'alam le'al me'al maya Yitbarach ve'yishtabach V'yitpahar v'yitromam ve'yitnaseh Ve'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei nekudsha b'richu Leila uleila Leila Open my eyes. Open my heart. Go beyond, go beyond, go beyond, go beyond. Leila. We'll move into Silent Amidah, page 79. We'll sing us into it, and then feel free to read the words or just close your eyes. We'll have a moment of quiet. Ya na 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 Ya na 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 Sfatai tifta Ya na 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 Ufi agi teilatecha Ya na 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 Adonai עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועמו יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
You may be seated. As I came in this evening, I was speaking to a few of you about the topic when you don't really know the person that really is a good topic to speak about, and that's the weather. And not sure who I was speaking to right now, but we were from different parts of the country, Miami, Los Angeles, and upstate New York. And my wife, Rabbi Guzik from Orange County, she says that we have seasons here. And I tend to disagree. It's cold. Cold for some of, and Cantor Feldman from Encino, still from Encino, always will be from Encino. Sherman Oaks, sorry, that's out of town from Encino, please. When I think about seasons growing up in upstate New York, it's obvious. The leaves change color. You go apple picking. You go to a pumpkin patch not in a parking lot. If you know what I'm saying. When you think about seasons, you think about changing. You think about if you wish your horoscope, right? I'm a Libra, but I'm just one day away from a Virgo. Things identify how the world changes, not just for yourself, but also for those and things around you. But there are seasons. We've just come out of a season, the season of the High Holy Days. For those of you who are working within the Jewish community, you realize that this was just the first 5-day week we've had in about a month. Every day our children wake up and they say, what day is it? Not just during the pandemic, but in fact during exactly. But seasons are really about marking times of change. And when times change, we ask ourselves, how do we change as well? And so, tonight is a time of change as well. It's our first Shabbat, not back for Friday Night Live, but back for our Shabbat dinner outside. Over 2 years, we haven't gathered for a meal. And in fact, the rabbis tell us that there is no official meal unless there is Torah spoken at that meal. This is not just going to a great restaurant in LA tonight. This is a sacred meal where our table becomes our mizbeach, our altar, our time to create sacred relationships. And so the theme of this night is seasons. Maybe that's why the microphone is orange. Was that on purpose, George? Yes, exactly. And so we're going to sing a song right now that I would call a prayer. It has one word that we all know, and the word is turn. And we say the word 3 times. Turn, turn, turn. To every season there is a turn. Whether it's in the Jewish calendar, whether it's in the secular Gregorian calendar, whether it's in your own heart, or whether it's in the community that you are from. And so this evening, as I said before, the Tower of Babel, we're going to switch languages for a moment. We're going to sing in English. To every season there is a turn. Please join me.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. Let's sing one more time together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. That song was written by, King Solomon. So we had a song by King David, a song by King Solomon, and Pete Seeger, who's probably most of you have heard of, a beautiful, beautiful man who recently passed away. I think he lived to about the age of 99, put the music to it. So thank you. Thank you to our kings and Pete Seeger.
Rise, page 98, Malay.
Hey,
There will come a day, Bayomahu, 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 Bayomahu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גאולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא, 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 ביום ההוא. Such a pleasure. It's so nice to be here praying with you and singing with you. Thank you so much for having us.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're going to have the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, then a few announcements, and then a closing song. You're not off the hook yet. You may be seated all nights. When are we going to the Mint again? I know that's October 7th, right? I follow you on Instagram. Everybody should follow David Swirsky on Instagram. That is true. Yes. If you're in mourning or observing a yard site, please rise on page 101, the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, page 101. Yit Kadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'alma, Divarach Hirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, U'vizman, Kari, V'maru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Ulomei Omaya, Yit Barach, V'yishtabach, V'yit Pawar, V'yit Romam, V'yit Naseh, V'yit Hadar, V'yit Ale, V'yit Halal, Shemei Dekudesha Barichu, V'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata, Tushbechata V'nechamata, Da'amiran Be'alma V'maru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'maru, Amen. Osei Shalom B'mromav, Hu Ya'asei Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'maru, Amen. May God who brings peace unto heavens bring peace unto all those who mourn, and let us say, Amen. Announcements for dinner. So Brianna Ben Aaron, our IT director. We have lots of things coming up. Round of applause, Brianna.
Shabbat Shalom. Does this work? Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Amazing band. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rabbi Guzik, Rabbi Sherman, Cantor Marcus Feldman. Thank you guys so much. We have 30 new people in this room who have never been to Friday Night Live before. And I think that is really awesome. Along with the newbies, we also have oldies here in the crowd who I heard were walking in like, hey bro, I haven't seen you for 2 years, or we go way back. And I think that that's really special too, that we're all back together. So we have a few up and coming events that are also in person that I would love to tell you about. They're in the newsletter, they're on Instagram. but I have them written here to tell you about them really quickly. This Wednesday night at 8 p.m. we'll have networking, cocktails, and dessert, followed by a discussion tackling anti-Semitism online and around the world with Rudy Rochman, who's an Israel rights activist and an influencer now on Instagram and social media, and Tabi Raphael from the Jewish Journal and co-founder of 30 Years After will be facilitating the conversation. We're gonna have some live time role-playing and scenarios with Rudy about him personally being attacked and how to actually combat anti-Semitism as a young professional in Los Angeles and in the world. So I hope you'll join us here at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. We also have a Feel for Truth boot camp, which I'm happy to talk to you more about. It's gonna be an in-depth opportunity for young professionals to enhance their Israel education. It's also on the topic of Israel. And if you want to learn more about it, we're having a happy hour with the founder and creator, and that is on October 20th, also on Pilot Plaza. Last but not least, March of the Living. There's a huge March of the Living trip finally happening, coming up, and we would love to have you register to be part of it. It's only for young professionals, so we hope you will go. If you're interested, please talk to me, and I can put you in touch with whoever's leading the group. And last but not least, it's the most important thing, so if you've not listened to anything I've said, just listen to this part about the cards that are on the table. They're called Beshert cards. You don't need to find your Beshert to play with them, but just pick one up. They're at the tables, and exactly what Rabbi Sherman was saying, that this is a time for us to gather. It's not just any meal, it's our first Shabbat meal back together, and they're funny, cute prompts that sort of will help you get to know maybe the person next to you or the person across from you. So have fun, eat, enjoy, and don't forget to check out the cards. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbos, everybody. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom, salam, aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Good Shabbos. Enjoy your meal. Thank you, rabbis.
Enjoy the
Thank
art.
you, Cantor Feldman.
Yeah.
Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos.